All right, and we should be live. Hold on, I gotta do. You see, I'm like in a different setting. This is on my phone right now because I can't stream on my computer right now because I don't have my total internet. But check it out. We still gotta do the normal stuff. If you can hear me, okay, just let me know. But we still gotta do the normal stuff. All right, check it out. Can y'all hear it? There we go. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for coming in. We got a whole lot going on. I don't even know where to begin. Thank y'all for wow, 1.4 thousand live already. Really? Already? Y'all are great. Now this is the normal intro music that I always play right when I'm getting everything rocking and rolling. Thank y'all for being here. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show. And I thank y'all for that. I really do. I'm being serious. I thank y'all for that. So we got a whole lot going on. We're gonna talk about quite a lot. And thank y'all for welcoming me back. Yeah, I'm in the new crib. I do have my flags. I will be hanging my flags. I mean, like I'm up here in this big space. I'm gonna be doing a lot. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of everything. But most certainly I gotta get my flags on deck. All right, wow, 2.4 thousand. Really? Y'all coming in that strong for me? Thank y'all for being here. The move went as well as it could. Somebody says, blink twice if I've been abducted. I've not been abducted. Yeah, we're going to get rocking and rolling. It may be a little bit weird because I'm on my phone right now. And I think I should have my regular internets by Monday. So a couple of days after my regular internets when we get to go. All right. Seth says you got a liberal ad on this video. Hey, that's all right. We're going to talk about everything. I was not at the march, but I was there in spirit. And shout out to everybody that was there. And thank you for being here on tonight's episode of ABL Live. If you heard the song, I had to do it normally. I was playing out my other burner phone, my throwaway phone. All right. And like I said, I am in a weird setting. I'm on my phone right now streaming because I don't have regular internets. You know, I was able to record video on my computer and upload it through my hotspot. But that hotspot about to be burned out and I can't really stream heavily on it. So it's all good. Thank y'all again for being here. How's my sound? Is everything good with the sound? If the sound is good, let me know. Somebody says Ivan missed me. I can't do calls tonight. I'm gonna try to do calls again on Wednesday night when I got my regular internet, so I can have my headphones and my mixer and everything I need to go ahead and get really rocking and rolling. But thank y'all again for being here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of an echo because I'm in a big space, and I need to find a way to dampen the sound, or how can I say? I need to find a way to like centralize the sound into one spot. I do have a microphone, but I'm not really, I don't really gonna do that right now, mess it up. I could go live Monday or Tuesday. That's right, Rapper 10,000. I could go live. Yeah, it's not unbearable. Okay, I got you. Good. Well, we got a whole lot going on. Um, and I do have, well, I could do rugs, like rugs on the wall, but luckily I'm in a carpeted place. So that cuts down a lot of the sound echoing. So where do we begin? Um, I'm not really sure. The whole thing in DC, the Million MAGA March. Have you guys seen the Million MAGA March out there in DC? Now, I would have loved to gone to the march, but it's just so much happening. Hold on. Somebody said they just left and they were starting a motorcade. Excellent. You know, people say, oh, you can't wear MAGA stuff. Well, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let me just back up a little bit. Now, from what I heard, the MAGA March, a lot of patriots, everybody was showing nothing but love. You know, what Alex Jones was there. It was all good. You know, it was a great time. I know my brother Brandon Tatum was there, so shout out to Brandon Tatum. Shout out to everybody that was there. You know, if you guys in the chat, if any of you were there, shout out to you for being there. Yeah, I heard it was awesome, Katie. Absolutely. But you know, the Antifa, BLM, they always come through. And you know what's not funny, but interesting about the whole situation. the Antifa crowd they didn't harass us in DC, but we had it planned out to where it just couldn't really do too much. It was too many of us, and it's mostly minorities. So what are you really going to do? How are you going to have a mostly white group called Antifa attack a bunch of minorities? I mean, you're talking about what can I say? You're talking about the Klan all over again. I mean, that's what they are. But now we know exactly what they are. There's no real need to even they're not even trying to hide it at this particular point. Not in the least bit. Okay, hold on. Somebody says, have I seen the video of what 600,000 ballots? I've not seen that, but I've seen quite a bit about the ballots. But back to the whole thing about the Million MAGA March. It was a lot of good things going on during the day. Everybody was cool. Everybody was respectful on our side. See, we don't start things on our side, on the right. We don't start things. We just cool. We're chilling. You know, the Proud Boys, anybody that's out there, you know, supporting the president, supporting conservative values or whatever they're doing, everybody was all good on our side. But the nighttime fell, and then the freaks came out. You know, the freaks came out, and then they really showed who they are and what they're about. And that's when things went a totally different direction. That's when things went totally left, and people were getting attacked. That's right, we do finish it. I can't, the name went by kind of fast, but we do finish it, exactly. We don't start things when we finish them. Okay, so whatever they got going on, that's what they got going on. We're going to come in and finish a thing if it needs to be finished. We're not going to start anything. That's what I was always told when I was a boy. You know, don't start any fights. You want to avoid confrontation physically. But if somebody put their hands on you, you got to defend yourself. Don't start it, finish it. That's kind of what it is. Now, slaughter, I'm not really sure that's the correct word to say. Somebody says that MAGA supporters have been slaughtered. I don't think anybody's been killed. I don't think it's like that. I think people are getting attacked by Antifa, which is pretty much what it is. And yeah, Alex Jones, I heard Alex Jones was good. But all throughout the day, the event was peaceful, as it always is. People say, oh, Trump supporters, they're violent, they're racist, all this and that and the third. It's just not even the case. You got 70 million people that voted for the president. You can't have 70 million people that are just, you know, it just ain't like that. It's not even a sizable portion of us, even though it's a minority, obviously, it's not even a sizable portion of us that are into that. There's a sizable portion of the left that are into that. That's called Antifa, Black Lives Matter, etc. And you're right about that, Anthony McQuaid. 71 million people. That's right. 71 million people who supported the president, who voted for the president in 2020. Somehow they said 74 or 75 million voted for Joe Biden. I don't care how much animosity or hatred there is towards the president. You can't tell me that that's enough to bring out 74 million, 75 million people to vote for Joe Biden, a guy that's halfway dead. You know, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. The 1994 crime bill, you know, touching on kids inappropriately. There's no way. There is no way. There's so much going on with the election. It's not even funny. So I salute everyone that was out there at the Million MAGA March in DC today. You guys needed to do that. I wish I could have been there, you know, but I just have been so busy, it would have been impossible. But like I said to you from the beginning, I was there in spirit, 1000%. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Democrats flipped. Okay, so let's get this straight though. You flipped like what, 10 to 12 House seats, and Biden gets 4 million more votes than the president, and he gets also about 4 to 5 million more than Barack Obama in 2008. Oh, the population increased, ABL. Well, how do you explain the 2008 numbers being higher than the 2016 numbers as far as voter turnout? If it's about, you know, higher population, it doesn't make any sense. I think it also went down in 2012. So it's not about who's in office or population. It's about fraud, period. I don't care. Now, the issue is we got to have a big stinking smoking gun. That's really it. Okay, big smoking gun. Am I in DC? No, I'm not. I wish I was in DC. I'm just in a new spot. I'm in a new house. That's all. And hopefully, by early this coming up week, I'll have everything set up back the way it was. So you guys won't be seeing this weird, just blank background and echoey sound. So y'all just hang tight. But I had to come on here and say a few words and speak for a while. I won't do any calls tonight. I'll resume the calls on Wednesday. You got to have people coming in there when they get triggered and get cert, hung up on all that good stuff. I don't live in Georgia. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm in Tennessee. Absolutely. Shout out to Tennessee. Love it. I like Georgia too. Unfortunately, you got some issues going on right now in Georgia with the voting situation. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Let me see. 32% in California. I'm not really sure about how many voted in California for Trump or not, but I know that there's definitely been a big flip in seats in the House. 10 to 12 seats flipped in for the Republicans, but yet you lose. Come on, let's be serious. Let's be serious. All right. Yeah, I live right close to where I used to live, just like not really far away, just a different house. That's the main thing. John says he voted red all the way in California. Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, man. We need more people like yourself in California that are gonna vote the correct way. We definitely need that, because without it, man, it's gonna be kind of rough. It's definitely gonna be kind of rough. Media does not decide the election, or they don't. Funny farm. But the media have had their hands into the election a lot. They talk about foreign interference, the Kremlin and Putin and whatnot, but they don't talk about themselves. It's deflection. They talk about others on the outside to prevent you from talking about their own interference, their own cheating. That's the main thing we really got to be worried about, not Putin and random Russian agents. Oh, we'll talk about Fox News in a minute. You just hang tight. It's a few things on my chest I want to get off right now, okay? It's a few things on my chest I want to get off right now, okay? But to close up the Million MAGA March for now, I think it was a beautiful thing. And you're not going to have 71 million Americans go away. After the results, or the alleged results, people want to say, oh, it's over, give it up, don't fight. But the same people were saying that the 2016 election, it was interfered with. The Russians and Ukraine and Bastille dossier, you had spying on the campaign, then you had the whole Russia thing, then you had the Ukraine thing. There was something throughout the entirety of Trump's presidency, and even before his presidency, while he was running, when he didn't even get elected, before he got into the office, all the way back probably to 2015 to prevent him from being there, and then when he got there to prevent him from staying there. Okay, they tried to get him out even before he got elected. So they talk about, oh, just give up and lay it down. They didn't do that. So now we're not going to do that. And we have an actual legitimate case. They did not. They're talking about things like this dossier. I mean, come on. Russian girls peeing in the bed because Barack and Michelle might sleep there in a particular point in time. It's like, really? Is that what we're going to do? So Trump just had these girls peeing in the bed because Barack and Michelle might sleep there when they come to Moscow. I mean, let's just be real. Trump could have peed himself in the bed, and it would have been the same thing. Like, the whole thing did not make any sense from the beginning, but that was enough to go 3 years and $40 million and 500 subpoenas. You ruining men's lives, their careers, their livelihood over what? Over some girls peeing in the bed? Is that what we're going to do for real? Is that where we're really going to go? But I guess we're here. I guess we are here, so it is what it is. But whatever. Anyway, they spent all that time talking about Russia this, Ukraine that, Ukraine that. We have actual legitimate cases. We got whistleblowers. We got mathematical impossibilities, okay? 84% turnout, 92% turnout. They said that, well, 90% turnout. I think it might have been in Wisconsin. They said that in Australia, you have mandatory voting and only 92% of them show up. And if you don't vote in Australia, you get a fine and some more stuff. It's mandatory. But yet we had nearly their rate of voting in one state. It's not possible. Impossible. Okay. So we have an actual legitimate claim and they did not. So we're not going to just lay it down. Not at all. I refuse. I refuse. Period. Okay. So yeah, shout out to everybody at the Million MAGA March. That was really beautiful thing to see. Oh, dead people voting, little bit of everybody, and if the flags are coming back, don't be worried. I'm right now. If you guys just came in, if you're kind of worried, like what's going on with your setup, what's happening, we just moved into the new house, so this is temporary. I'm on my phone right now. Normally, I'll be on my nice point and shoot camera or my dual monitors and my headphones and the microphone, all that good stuff, and my flags behind me. But I got boxes, and I got to get everything set up. So once I get everything set up, I get my flags, and I got some other stuff I'm gonna put up too. I have some furniture, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But you will see the flags again for sure. And I'm gonna get some new flags from my man over at BHC Designs. I'm gonna get some new ones just for the new move. All right, 7,000 watching, 7.1 thousand. Thank y'all for joining. Definitely appreciate you guys. We got a whole lot going on. Also, we got to talk about this whole thing with what was that? Oh, Fox News. Oh my goodness. Fox News. Have you guys been seeing what's going on with Fox? Listen, I think that they've been planning this for a while. They're trying to plan life after Trump because in their mind it's over. In their mind, they don't have to be like, they think that they are the surrogate press corps for Trump because he was in office and they're the only conservative place. So they got to do that for Trump. But now they want to go a different direction. I'm not really sure what they want to do. Okay. I'm not really sure what they want to do. Whether they want to be CNN, whether they want to be MS-13 DNC. I have no idea what they want to do, but they're trying to do something else other than what they had been doing over the past few years. A lot of that is because you have Rupert Murdoch's boys in charge. His sons, I believe, run the network now. So you got that going on. Also, I don't know. I think it's just Rupert Murdoch's sons. Paul Ryan is there. That's right. Do you guys remember in 2016 when Paul Ryan made this weird video? Like, it was when Trump was running and he was like trying to interfere. He was trying to interfere with Trump running, and he had this video talking about politics nowadays. It's like, Paul Ryan, what are you doing? Like, you literally have no other chance. If Trump did not get the nomination in 2016, you were talking about Hillary Clinton as the president right now. That's what you were talking about. You weren't talking about no Trump. You weren't talking about nobody in the GOP. This whole resurgence of patriotism and all the House seats and Senate seats that had been, it would have been Hillary Clinton. No, I love all the guys that are over there, or a lot of them, that were running against Trump. Big fan of Ben Carson, big fan of Marco Rubio and guys like that. Not a big fan of Marco Rubio, but I like Marco. I like, some of them. Definitely Ben Carson. Ted Cruz is okay. Although I say I hated Ted Cruz, I kind of warmed up to Ted Cruz a little bit. So Ted Cruz is okay. Marco Rubio, Ben Carson. For some reason, I like my man. He used to be the governor of Texas. I forget his name. You guys know what I'm talking about. He was a governor of Texas, not W, obviously. Mike Huckabee, was he running? I like Mike Huckabee. Yes, big fan of Mike Huckabee, and of course his daughter Sarah Huckabee Sanders. But yeah, I liked him. I thought he was cool. Rick Perry, thank you, Rick Perry. I like Rick Perry a little bit. He was okay. Although a lot of these guys over there were good as candidates, I did not like that. I don't think they had the juice to be able to overcome a machine like Hillary Clinton. Okay. Ben Carson got the virus. Everybody got the virus. They're talking about, oh, well, we got 1 million cases in California and we got to go back under quarantine. It's like, for what? Why? Everybody has it. Look at it like this. Check it out. And then I'm going to get back to the president and Fox and all that kind of like veering, but I'm going to get back. Just trust me. I like Rand Paul too. Big fan of Rand Paul. Shout out to Rand Paul and his father, Ron Paul. These are some of the greatest guys, regardless of politics or whatnot. These are some of the greatest guys ever. Okay. Rand Paul is an ophthalmologist. It means he does eye surgery. I've had it before on my eye. I had a chelation on my eye and I had to get surgery to get it removed. But anyway, Rand Paul is an ophthalmologist. He goes to Haiti on missions to do free eye surgeries for people. He's a great human being, but I digress. The whole point is that there are a bunch of good guys over there, It did not have the juice to be able to get beyond the machine. That's Hillary Clinton. Okay, without Trump, you wouldn't have had this red wave. You wouldn't have had this political resurgence. It just wouldn't have happened. That's just the reality of it. So, you got guys like Paul Ryan trying to send out attack videos talking about, politics nowadays, it gets kind of nasty. It's like, all right, what are you really trying to do? Are you trying to preserve, Republican or conservative principles, or is it about power that at a certain point does not have a left or a right to it? A lot of these guys work for the same team, Council on Foreign Relations. You're trying to get into war and fuel that whole industry. You're trying to do some quid pro quo with the lobbyists. Trump, he did not let the lobbyists come into his administration and dictate the administration. Okay? He did not let them dictate the administration. He was like, look, no lobbyists. And I think I forget who I was watching or where I was watching it, but they were saying that since Trump did not have any lobbyists that were around him, he was not influenced by them. He was not influenced by their money. It became people on the outside using those that are around him to be lobbyists. Okay, that's why you might see a high turnover rate, because Omarosa, for example, just an example. I don't know if she got the money or not, but let's just say Omarosa has a bug in her ear when she was in the administration from Pfizer or somebody like that, AT&T, Bell South, whatever it's called, saying, hey, if you give us some information on the inside, we'll give you X amount of money. I think, it was Alex Jones said that on Joe Rogan, and I forget who got paid. Somebody got paid from AT&T. Michael Cohen got paid like $250,000 for some oppo research on the president while he was close to the president. You see what I'm saying? So you got guys that are close to the president that could be flipped because he was not interested in a lobbyist's money. All right. And the lobbyists at a certain point, if you allow them into the administration, they're going to be the ones that control it rather than you as a leader. So a guy like Joe Biden, of course, Xi Jinping says, congratulations, because he wants Biden to be the president. And shout out to, I forget who that was, but she was on Bill Maher. And Bill Maher was asking about Trump, just attacking loaded questions, talking about, well, why did Xi Jinping say that he supports Joe Biden as president? Well, it's like, look, of course Xi Jinping would say that he likes Joe Biden because he can control Joe Biden. Of course he's going to like him. Any foreign leader that can control you as president of the USA will love you. They'll love you. And he can control Joe Biden because he didn't already got money into Joe Biden. He didn't already got his hooks into him, through Hunter and the whole thing. This is forward thinking. These Chinese, they're playing future chess. And it's not even 4D chess or 5D chess. You're talking about future chess. They're doing certain little moves that will prepare them for later. That's kind of how that goes. All right. So yeah, I think that guys like Paul Ryan and the whole Fox News crew, they're really short-sighted. Or it could just be a power thing, and you don't have much of a choice. And I think that Fox News may eventually kind of either fall or become something else. And it's really unfortunate because when Roger Ailes was living, I don't think this would have happened. Roger Ailes had more of a tight grip on it. I'm not really sure if it was perfect under Roger Ailes, and I know that he was not perfect, but it's fine. I think that if there was a tighter grip on the whole situation from the top, then it wouldn't be the way it is right now. So it is what it is. If they want to become MS-13 DNC, if they want to become CNN, if they want to become some just random station that nobody watches, then that's fine. But we can go somewhere else. We can go to Newsmax. They're getting like some of their biggest subscriptions ever in history because of all the what's going on right now with Fox. Yeah, so it's fine. No, this is just history. At one point, CNN was a good network. They were reliable, but obviously that ain't the case no more. That's not the case anymore. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. Oh, if you guys are missing my flags and stuff like that, don't fret. The flags will come back. Microphone and all that. Right now I'm on my phone because I don't have my regular internet set up. I was able to upload videos normally through my hotspot, but I can't stream on my desktop through a hotspot. It'll just wreck it within the first, a few minutes. So I'll stream right here just on my phone, and then I won't take any calls tonight. I'll take calls coming up on Wednesday night. So that'll be what I do. All right. But thank y'all again for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, give the video a thumbs up. Also, share the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe right now. And when you do that, click the bell so you get notified whenever I go live and or post a new video. Yeah, exactly. Somebody says they like CNN. Hold on. Terminator 7250 says, I actually liked CNN in the 90s and the 2000s before they called me a racist every day for 4 years. Exactly. Bingo. Boom. It was okay. Like they were okay at a certain point, but they fell off. they fell totally off. It's really a shame, but it is what it is. It's their fault. They did it. It's no one else's fault but their own. Okay. So that's what that is. Now, the whole thing with election fraud, I think we all know what's going on with that. We all know what's going on with that. There's really it's impossible for all the turnout, for the number of votes. It just don't even make no sense. But we're going to see what happens in the end. It ain't over till it's over. Oh, I'm gonna speak on Parler right quick. Shout out to Dan Bongino. If you guys don't know, Parler is owned by Dan Bongino. And shout out to them for being an alternative platform. But I don't want to go to Parler because what that does, it just kind of relegates us to like a shoebox. Because here's the thing. If we're on Twitter, like, let's say people like me, right? We have decent sized population over there. We got nice followings and whatnot over there on Twitter. And we're able to reach those that have not been reached yet. We're able to get our word out, our truth out to the whole world, and it'll be recognized as being true. If we have that platform and we abandon it for Parler, then it's like, what's the point? Or if you do both, if you do Twitter, if you do the regular, normal social media and then Parler, it's like, what's the purpose? Parler would just have those that you already know. It's like, speaking to the choir, in my humble opinion, I would prefer just to fight to not have Twitter do whatever they want. Like, I would say no more Section 230, and have these means of communication open to everyone and not just to whoever they want, because the issue with Twitter, people could say private company, but see, even private company have rules they got to abide by, right? Like, I'm a private company, but I can't have child labor, obviously. I can't have a bunch of Chinese kids running around assembling cell phones in my shop because I'm a private company. You still got to abide by laws, you understand? And a law that Twitter is kind of not really abiding by, in my humble opinion, is Section 230 of, was that the CDA? And in that section, you are allowed to host whatever you want as a platform. Meaning, like, let's say I upload something to Twitter that is stolen, like I upload somebody's picture that I'm not supposed to upload. Like, I went to somebody's house, I took one of their family pictures, and I put it on Twitter. Now, Twitter cannot get sued for that because they didn't do it. They're not publishing the information. They are a platform. Therefore, I did it. It's my responsibility, if anything, not theirs, because they didn't do it. However, when Twitter starts to try to regulate and pick and choose what they want to upload or what they want to keep or what they want to delete or whatever, then that becomes a problem. That becomes a serious problem. That's called actually violating the law. So they cannot have that protection. If they don't have that protection, then anything they have on their platform could be open to them being sued as a publisher. So they want to publish and do little op-eds and delete people or whatever. All right, now you're a publisher and you are held to the same laws as, let's say, a New York Post, Washington Times, Huffington Post. Gawker is a prime example. Gawker, no calls today, I'm sorry. Calls will come back on Wednesday. But Gawker got sued for the Hogan tape. And they're not even here anymore. They got sued out of existence because they are a publisher on the platform. They did not have the Section 230 protections that Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. So you got to abide by the law, which means you can't be publishing and picking and choosing what you want to be on a platform. It's simple. If you want to do that, that's fine, but you got to be publisher because you got to be able to abide by the law. It's simple. I don't want to just abandon the whole situation because if, let's say, a Google, Facebook, Twitter, they dominate 99.99% of communication, and you just kind of abandon it and say, oh, I don't want to deal with it, then you'll be effectively silenced. That's just kind of what it is. So, yeah, I think that we'll be able to get beyond that soon. I'm glad we got the Supreme Court picks in there. We have a 6-3 lead, or you might say a 5.5 to 3.5. Some say even the 5-4. That's hilarious. But anyway, either way it goes, even without John Roberts, we still have an advantage in the Supreme Court. So I think we'll be fine. All right. And thank y'all for congratulating me on the moves. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for sure. Yeah, this whole thing with the virus. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that right quick because that just popped up. I just saw that comment. Oh, and if you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up on the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. But the virus, this whole thing, I feel like it's a scam. It's not even that deep. It's like the flu. It's like the Chinese flu. That's what it is. Okay, that's all that it is. It ain't really nothing else to it. 99.99% recovery rate. Kids don't need to get affected by it. It's just, anyway, you have these mayors, governors, etc., politicians that are saying you gotta have lockdown again, maybe mask mandates, all kind of stuff, right? Oh, okay. But then when Chicago's mayor, Lori Lightfoot, went out to a Joe Biden celebration rally, meaning they're on the street celebrating a Joe Biden presidency, a little premature if you ask me, but I digress. Anyway, they're out there moving and grooving, whatever, in the street. Here comes Mayor Lori Lightfoot of Chicago, no mask on, and speaking into a megaphone. Now, yeah, Mayor Beetlejuice is hilarious. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just kind of like using my brain cells a little bit. I got a couple brain cells left. You know, I'm watching Biden speak, and I'm losing brain cells every few seconds. So I got a few brain cells left. I'm using my brain cells to look at this. She has a microphone. It's like a cone shape, right? It's a cone. And if you're speaking into it, it's like you're spreading the germs all over the whole crowd. You have no mask on, speaking into a cone. You might as well just sprinkle little COVID drops all over the crowd, according to their own logic. So it's like, what are we doing? She says that you got to wear a mask, stay home. It was to the point where they lifted the gates in Chicago sometimes to prevent the moving around. I mean, like the drawbridges. So you're trying to prevent from moving around. You're having masks, not quite mandates, but you want to say, hey, stay home, stop the spread. And whatever happened to that? Stay home, stop the spread, slow the curve, 15 days. We're almost at, well, it's almost Christmas. It's almost Thanksgiving. We'll be eating turkey in a few days. So what's really going on? But anyway, anyway, so she says all that, but still with the megaphone saying whatever she wants to say. It's dumb. It's so stupid. And then she justified talking about, well, you got to have a release. Release? Excuse me? Like I was saying in my video, maybe my pet roach died and I need some time off because it's just too stressful. I got to just take a moment to chill. So I don't want to wear a mask. It's too stressful. It's too triggering for me. It's bringing back too many emotions. I need to go ahead and just relax and calm down. Okay. If the video was lagging, it's not my fault. You got to blame the white man. It's my connection. I don't have hardwired connection quite yet. Hopefully I have that on Monday. But yeah, so if you can just wear the mask whenever you want, what's the point of having the mandate? How are you going to mandate a thing and then have arbitrary ways you can break the mandate? Same thing with Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC. She traveled, went to Baltimore, I think, for a Biden celebration, quote unquote, celebration rally. Mask, no mask, not even really sure. But she has a travel restriction to where you can't even go to a particular place without quarantining for a while when you come back. But it's an exception because it's a great time, it's a beautiful time. Oh, okay. So let me get this straight. You want to have a mask mandate, maybe, but you can go out and party in the crowd with a megaphone, which ain't not but a COVID spreader. You got a COVID phone, right? You just blowing the particles everywhere, right? Muriel Bowser, you can't travel to from DC to Baltimore. It's like 45 minutes away without quarantining for a few days. But she can do it. She can travel and not quarantine because she's the mayor. She can do whatever she wants. Okay, and then oh, what was that? Not De Blasio, but was it Cuomo? No, Chuck Schumer. He was out there too, one of these rallies. No mask on. Put the mask on in the crowd. So I was like, all right, well, why are you putting the mask on in the crowd? I mean, you should have already had it on. It's stupid. Rules for thee, but not for me. That's the Democrat saying. That's what they all say. So at this particular point, I think the mask thing, I've pretty much given up on that. You know, let me see. King says, Anthony, this is a scheme to mask. This is the scheme. The mask is to make us sick from carbon monoxide and powers that be want to destroy millions. I mean, that's a real thing about Legionnaire's disease. If that's what it is, right? Legionnaire's disease. You can actually get sick from breathing in your own oxygen like that without having a proper way to vent. And they got these masks that it's just you can't even really breathe in them. You know, that's the mask is the worst thing in the world. You know, so yeah, I can't even really do it. Look, to that you can't block people for asking that question. People don't know. People are wondering what's going on. Carbon monoxide, dioxide. Yes, you can't breathe in your waste. That's all that it is. You can't do that. Barkley is not dead. Let's stop trolling. Okay, but what else we got going on? Now, somebody says, stop talking nonsense and concede. First of all, I'm not the president. I'm not conceding nothing. And second of all, there's no losses you got to concede. Okay? In the law, you can do whatever you want. All you got to do is just, you can do it or not do it. He can never concede. And that's fine. And it makes no sense to do that when you still got lawsuits pending, when you still got legal action pending. Simple as that. And don't say, oh, just accept it, just take it, when the left did not take it or accept it. When we won in 2016, you got a question now. It's obvious question right now. So go ahead and wait for us to get through our legal action, and then you hear more. Until then, just, you can do with it or not. Somebody says PS5 or Xbox. PS5 all the way, because I still got a PC, so I'm straight. Now, what else we got going on? There was more I wanted to cover. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything that I wanted to cover. I covered the whole thing with the Million MAGA March. I wish I was there at the Million MAGA March. I'm not in DC right now, but I wish I was in DC. I'm in a new house, just not far from where I lived before. Have I heard anything about SCYTL in Germany? No, I haven't. No, I have not. And if you just came in to the stream, my flags will be up. Everything will be up in the background. The echo will be gone. Because right now I'm on my phone streaming. I'm not on my regular computer with my microphone and all that good stuff. I just don't really have it. But we'll be there close. We'll be there soon enough. So don't even worry about it. All right. Yeah, it's all kind of stuff being coming out. Look, you have, what was that, 10 to 12 House seats flipped for the GOP, but yet the president loses and Biden gets the most votes out of anybody. Like, Trump got the most votes out of any president, and then Biden has this. Okay, Trump had second most votes this time with 71 million. That's beyond 2008 Obama. That's beyond anybody in history. And Biden had 74, 75. That's like the most ever. It makes no sense. Like, let's just be honest. Regardless of what, you could be, even if it were for, like, if I was on the left, I would say that made no sense. If I was on the left, my Ivana says it's not your house till you officially till you fully moved in. It's your house elect. Hilarious. But if I was on the left and I saw this happen, I'd be like, all right, I'm glad that there was some robbery going on. If I was a leftist, because if I was a leftist, I'd also be pretty dishonest. That'd be kind of like I wouldn't be dishonest. I would be kind of like, how can I say? I would be kind of not a good person. If I was on the left still, I wasn't a good person. You know, I would accept underhanded tactics as okay if it benefited me. That's kind of how I might rock when I was like a young guy with no sense, a young brainless person. Okay, so it is what it is. But regardless of what, I have to acknowledge that there's an obvious still going on. It's simple. Okay. Yeah, but see, the thing about DC, Antifa is always there. It's like you have a standing Antifa army. That's right. Somebody said it. I guess I was immoral. Yes, I was immoral as a leftist, for sure. I would have immoral ways, you know. And I knew that it was wrong, but I didn't really care at that point. But now, as I'm more conservative, I can't do things I know that are immoral. I just don't even really have that in me, you know. But immorality is the thing. You can be honest and also at the same time immoral. That was a good point somebody made. But I'm not like that anymore, obviously. I'm a, you know, straight up and down, my word is my bond type guy. Yeah, this whole thing with the mask. Listen, I think if you're still wearing masks, like if you wearing masks in your car, it's like why, for what? Okay, you got Ben Carson that has a virus. He's not going to have any kind of real issues with that because he'll be able to get over it with no problem, none whatsoever. Yeah, it's a messed up value system. Exactly. That is correct. Ruya, I know I told your name well, and I'm sorry. Right. Let me see. Somebody says, what states did Trump officially get since the voter fraud? He got Alaska and what was that, North Carolina? I'm not really sure. I think there are still some states that are up for grabs. Uh, I think Pennsylvania is still up for grabs. I'm not really sure if they called that yet. They just called Alaska like 2 days ago, and that was a foregone conclusion. They called that for Trump. So I'm not really sure why it took them that long to call it. You know, if it took them that long to call a small, if it took them that long to call Alaska a very small state, then what about Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona? What's going on with them? Yeah. Shout out to El Paso. I liked El Paso when I went. You know, it was a great place, good people, really good people. You know, wearing a mask is good. People don't wash their hands exactly. It's like, okay, you're gonna wear a mask, but you picking and flicking boogers in it. You eating food with your hands. You ain't washing no hands. You eat a meal at home and do not wash your hands before. You going outside working on your car. You changing your transmission, your oil, your tires, and everything else outside. You know, you got your dog playing with your dog. You know, you picking up a ball and throwing it to your dog. He didn't got all kind of animals out there. He got moles and skunks and everything in his mouth, and you picking up the ball and throwing it to him, and you go straight to the dinner table and eat with that without even washing your hands. All got the virus. Well, I mean, come on, you gotta wash your hands. But at the end of the day, this whole thing with the virus is overblown anyway. It's not even really that deep. It's not even really a thing, in my humble opinion. It's no sense in they're talking about the virus is quote unquote raging out of control. So what was the point of having the country shut down for all the months and spending $6 trillion with the $1 trillion on all these stimulus packages and bailouts? Why? If you're gonna be right back here, and I figure we would be, it's like okay, you're gonna do all this and be right back here at the end of the year, and here we are. So it's no purpose in doing anything else, none whatsoever. And I don't think any state is going to do it that does not want to do it because they can't afford it. The government might and just might sink trillions more dollars back into it, but I don't think it's going to happen. It can't. Let me see. Oh, Dominion software. That's going to be kind of a weird situation. People got money in it, money wrapped up in it. I'm not really sure. Um, I'm not really sure who has money in it in an official way or to have it in an unofficial way. And what I mean by that is it kind of a passive thing? They got a stock portfolio and some of their investment is into Dominion or a company that like a holding company. Like, what's going on? Do they have direct influence? Are they on the board? Was there a lobbyist that gave them some money? Like, here's an example. Let's say you are a random politician in government or even a high-ranking one. And then here comes Mr. Lobbyist man and says, hey, we have a new voting system. We want to get out there, want to get everything rocking and rolling. Here's a little bit of money to help with your campaign. And again, I represent Dominion Systems. Here's my card. And you get $5.5 million. So then when something comes up about Dominion and they're saying, you know, it's some voting irregularities and things ain't really going right, you might be kind of pressured by that money to kind of turn a blind eye and be like, well, I don't see nothing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that is what's going on or if guys just have kind of like blind trust, kind of like Kelly Loeffler. Remember that whole situation where they say Kelly Loeffler had money in a particular stock that went under after the virus and she sold her shares in it. But it wasn't her that did that. It was just a blind trust. So whatever goes on with that is not something that she has control over. People that run the fund for her do it without her knowledge. So is it something like that, or is it direct as in, you know, is it direct as in I'm on the board and I get money with them and I'm out there making the systems and connecting the fibers and stuff like that to make the whole thing go? Not really sure. All right. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this whole thing with Creepy Joe. I mean, hey, yeah, I know there's echo, but you gotta understand, you see I'm on my phone. Maybe you guys can't really see it, but I'm on my phone right now, so I don't have any microphone set up. This is straight to camera audio. No phone, this is no microphone at all. When I have my mic, like I've been in the same spot recording my videos. If you saw my last couple of videos, you would see, you would hear the sound is better. You know, that's what it is. Let me see. Oh, I did see about poll watchers being kicked out. I saw guys that were poll watching got kicked out. There's going to be a lot that comes of this. It's so much going on, and there's so many different places where this type of thing happens. There's going to be a lot that happens as a result of all this. And I've heard a documentary, maybe a movie about this for sure. For sure. Let me see. Hold on. I'm reading this comment right here. Let me see. Democrats never Trumpers say we are embarrassing, but spent the last 4 years screaming at the sky, spreading lies and cussing that and attacking anyone who tells them facts. That's big facts. But you know what? Here's my thing. Here's what I want to know. If they say, okay, we got to move on, all this, that, and the third, are they going to move on? Because they've been talking about Trump nonstop. They say Trump lost. I don't believe it. You know, it ain't over yet, in my opinion. But they say he lost, but cannot stop talking about him. They're talking about him now more than ever. They'll talk about him for a extended period of time. They can't get over it. They're talking about, okay, we got to move forward and we got to spread love and get back to normal. But we're going to have a list of people that were in the Trump cabinet, Trump supporters, Trump donors, and we're going to hold them accountable. Accountable for what? Like, what did they do? If you voted for the president, is that illegal? I thought that it was legal to vote for the president. I thought that it was legal to support whoever you want to support financially. Okay, if I want to support the guy on the street smoking crack for a living, then I can do that. I have the right to do that. I can't go out there and buy the cocaine for him and rock it up and cook it and do nothing. I can't do that, but I can support him financially. He says, hey, I got a banjo, here's my dog, and I'm playing a tune. Please give me $1. Okay, boom, here's your $1. That's it. I can do that because I'm an American. I can do that. You can't put me on the watch list because I did that. That's my choice. That's my prerogative. So they want to say you guys got to move on, but then they want to try to attack us. Look at what's happening right now out there in DC. Oh, move on. We're going to move forward with love. Then they out there attacking Trump supporters. Come on. This whole thing is dumb. It's gaslighting. But that's what they do over there on the left. Okay? That's what they do over there on the left for sure. Let me see. I'm going to read some of this here. Mr. L says, the left talks about Trump. Conservatives support Trump. How is Biden more popular? Exactly. Exactly. Because here's the thing, though. The left promote Trump unintentionally, in my humble opinion. And I think a lot of the left's ratings, as well as all the Trump coverage, are people that may even support Trump that are watching it just kind of like hate watching it. They're not even really getting who they think. They're not really trying, they're not changing minds. They're just kind of like, reconfirming minds and also turning people, like they're changing minds, the other way. So it doesn't make any sense from a common sense perspective to have Biden win by so many votes, especially, nor does it make sense mathematically. You got 10 million more votes than Hillary Clinton? What? No way. It's impossible. But we'll see. We're definitely going to see. I've not seen Trump's speech to the UN, but I will watch that for sure. I want to see what's going on with that to, see what's really going on. Yeah. But I can't wait till this whole thing plays out because I'm just sitting back waiting. I'm sitting back waiting how the whole thing plays out. And it's weird because what's not weird? Well, we know now what the left is talking about. They say, oh, we can't have, foreign interference. We can't have our election compromised, all this, that, and the third is what they say. But then at the same time, they'll talk about, they'll say that none of the improprieties that we see that are pretty obvious are legitimate. And also they'll say, well, yeah, there was some improprieties. Yeah, there was people that were dead voting. Yeah, there was some votes stolen. Yeah, there was all kind of things that impacted the election in a negative way, but it's not even enough to make a difference in the total count, so we're going to ignore it. Listen, don't let them on the left convince you that your complaint is unnecessary or just kind of frivolous, because if one stinking vote from them came up missing somehow, oh, they want to know where the vote is. They want to know. It's not even a matter of, oh, well, I'm going to let it go. It did not impact the election. They want to know where the vote is, period. So don't let them, try to be like, oh, you know what's right. Keep on going with that, for sure. I'm telling you, it could be one vote. It don't matter who, they want that vote. We got to be the same way, period. But it's not even one vote. It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of votes. That's what we got to really understand. But I digress. Thank y'all again for being here. If you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up. I can't do calls tonight because I don't have my desktop equipment available. It's right there. I can use it, but I can't stream because I don't have my internet set up properly. Right now I'm on my phone. I'm streaming on 5G. Hopefully it looks okay. This is a Samsung Note 20. I think that's what this is. Yeah. So hopefully everything looks well. The sound is kind of different, and that's fine. But, it is what it is. Now, somebody says, keep that copium running through my veins. It's good. The funny part is that if anybody is in here that's a troll, it's fine because it's engagement for me. So you just helping me. So if you're here watching the stream, thank you. I appreciate it. Love or hate, all the same to me. It's all support. If you're here watching me, I don't care if you love me or hate me, you support me. So thank you. Everybody that's watching me, thank you. If you support me for real, thank you more. But if you don't support me, thank you too. It's all good. I appreciate all of y'all. And I thank everybody that's watching because maybe somebody's listening in the background. Like here's an example. There might be a troll or a hater watching, right? There's no headphones on, they got the speakers so people can hear what I'm saying. And the person that's watching me may hate. One guy may hate I got about 7.9 thousand watching, almost 8,000 watching. You may have one guy that hates, It might be some guy that's, 800 pounds in his bed in his drawers, right? But his son is in the back room. He can hear me. He can hear what I'm saying. He liking what I'm saying, and he may go on his own, look on his laptop or his phone or whatever, and look at some conservative videos and go down the rabbit hole. Find some Milton Friedman, some Thomas Sowell. Now you're starting to get woke, as a cool kid say. So it's all good. So thank y'all. All right. Yeah, it's a great phone, 1000%. It's a really good phone, and it's definitely come in handy because I've been able to upload videos on my hotspot. I've been able to do the live stream, so it's definitely an investment for sure. For sure. But yeah, we got a whole lot going on. I cannot wait till this whole thing plays out with the election fraud. It's clear election fraud. I don't want to hear, I don't care. People can say you were so loser. People can say whatever. That's fine. I didn't been called every name under the sun. One thing about being a conservative from an environment where everybody's liberal, when you become conservative, you get called all the names in the world anyway, so it don't even matter. I've been called everything, so it's all good. But I know what's right and what's wrong, and I'm gonna stand for what's right all the time, regardless, period. Yeah, all right. Shout out to Barb. Barb says, my college kids talking about your show. Okay, I like it. I like to be able to have people, sharing a message. Hey, the flags are coming back. Don't worry. Like I said, I'm in my house right now. I just moved in. I'm on my phone streaming. Normally I stream. I got my mixer, my microphone, my desktop, my point and shoot camera, my flags behind me. But I got boxes on boxes over there. Like you guys can. I got like 10 boxes over there with stuff in it. I got my flags. I got all that stuff. I got more flags coming. I got some new flags coming soon. So you'll see things kind of like evolve and develop. And I may do more streams where it's just me talking and not calls, like on my Instagram page. Oh, if you're not following me on Instagram, you got to follow me there. Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN. Oh, thank you. I can't read your name for the marriage. Congratulations. Thank you for that. I am married, yes. Okay. I was not at the march today. I was not there. I would have loved to be at the march, but I was not there. I went to the march they had for Brexit recently, and that was a beautiful march. Oh man, I was out there waving the flag, man. I was out there like I was in the Olympics, man. I was out there waving it. It was crazy. It was a great feeling, and I know that and I know that people that were out there probably felt the same way for sure. Okay, you know what? And I have a TikTok page, but I don't have it. Like I have one just because I want to preserve it, but I don't post. I've never posted on it before at all. Okay. Yeah, but the Brexit event in DC was amazing. It was really amazing. It's not going to stop. See, the whole thing with the left, what the left want to do is to get you to stop. And where I live at, you got guys flying their flags. Okay, I'm gonna fly my flag too. I'm getting a truck. You guys may have seen when I was on Twitter, and I'll get to that question in a minute about my equipment. I'll answer the question about the equipment in a minute, but I was on Twitter and I asked, "What's the best full-size truck?" It was a question, and it turned into a debate, not from me, just from guys that were commenting. I'm gonna get a Tundra or a Ram 1500. I'm gonna get a full-size truck, but anyway. When I get my full-size truck, because I'm a big dude, I am 6'3", 215, 220 pounds. I can't really fit in the smaller trucks. I got a mini SUV right now. I'm banging my head on the lift gate, but anyway, when I get the big truck, I'm flying flags on the back. I'm gonna be in the flag events. I'm gonna be doing all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Tundra. I think, and the reason is because it's more reliable. And I'm a big Toyota guy. I've had every Toyota. I had the first RAV4. I had the first RAV4, my dad had it, and he gave it to me when I was 16. And I had that car in 2001, 2002. I had the very first RAV4. Then I had a Camry. Then I had a 4Runner, and that was a fun car. Oh, I loved that 4Runner. That was my baby, but I had to sell it because I kind of got broke at that point. That's when Obama was in office. That's when the red pill kicked in, when things didn't go right under Obama. But then I had like a Corolla, and that was actually all right. And I'm a big dude. Yeah, I am 6'3", 215. Yes. So I had a Corolla, and that was okay actually. I was kind of cramped, but it wasn't that bad. My knees were like in the steering wheel. The steering wheel was right here. My knees was like right there. And then I had what else? The Rav4, another Rav4, and now I'm about to get a Tundra. I drove a Tacoma. I like the Tacoma, but it's just too small for me. My knees are in the steering wheel, and when I pull the seat back, it's like my legs are totally extended like this. So it's not comfortable to drive it. It's like I'm on the ground, not in a chair. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the Tundra for sure. I love driving it. The 8-cylinder, the turn radius is beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. You know, yeah. I don't look 215 because I'm tall too. That's the thing. I'm tall. So if I was shorter, then you'd be able to see more weight. If I was the same weight, it's just the proportion. Now, okay, somebody said by American. Listen, the Tundra is American technically because they built in Texas, so they are American technically. I'll claim them as American because made in Texas. The Tundras are at least. So that's how that's what I'll say for that. Oh, and then to the equipment, like okay, my setup that I use normally for my equipment is I have a Rode Pod mic, I have a Focusrite Solo audio interface, I have two 24-inch monitors. I'm gonna get some more monitors too. Right now I got two 24-inch monitors, a custom built PC, regular mouse keyboard, and I have a Sony A6400 point and shoot camera with a connection. What's this? This is a video. I forget what the connection is. It's a special kind of connection. All right, thank you. See, I can't even. I don't got nowhere to come. Say hello to the stream. They want to see you. You gotta say something now.
No thanks.
All right.
All right. Where would you like this?
Put it on the desk, please.
Sure thing. All right.
All right, I'm gonna turn the camera. Nah. But yes, that's what I'm gonna do. When I get the truck, I'm definitely going to be putting some flags on it for sure. But yeah, the setup I normally have is a great thing. Matter of fact, let me see if I can spin it around right quick. This is something that you don't get to see too much. Okay, that's a setup right there that I normally have. You see the PC. That's my tea right there. This, that, and the third mug. My hats, the camera, the mic, the PC that's right there on top. And I just moved in. I have nothing really going on quite yet in here, but I will be setting everything up pretty soon. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And the flags are in downstairs. I got to bring them up here with the equipment to hang them up, and we'll be good to go. Let me see. Hold on. Somebody says, did I hear AT&T's wanting to sell CNN? I did not hear that. No, I did not hear about AT&T wanting to sell CNN, but I'm not surprised. Now, my question is, who do they want to sell it to? They want to sell it to like a subsidiary of their, like, how do they want to do that? Okay. Hey, she don't want to get on camera, but she will. I'm gonna convince her to get on camera one of these days. You know, I'm like the front. I'm the front of the operation. Well, she does a lot, you know, behind the scenes. I'm just a front. All right. Yeah, I told my wife that she's a reluctant influencer. She has a big Facebook following. She's a reluctant influencer. She got to come on the stream. That's what I tell her all the time. But she will eventually. I'll convince her. And thank y'all for the congratulations. I appreciate you guys. Once I get my internet set up properly, I'll be able to stream the way I'm supposed to, like how I normally do. Like over there on that set I showed you guys, I'll be able to stream over there with my soft boxes and the whole thing. Okay, I have like a couch or something in here where I can just kind of sit down and do different things. and I'm gonna do another type of channel. It's like this, but it's gonna be just different kind of content. Uh, it's gonna be good. It'll be another channel on top of this. But I'm gonna still keep doing this one, talking about news and everything else. Just see, look, she's talking about show ideas. Look at that. You talking about show ideas, but you don't want to get on camera. Come on, let's. Yeah, Parlor. Oh, I don't want to. I said I talked about Parlor earlier because Parlor. If you want to be on Parlor, I understand, but I would not abandon the major news, the major media networks, the major social media networks for Parlor, because if you do that, then that's what they want you to do, because you're out of their hair and they can dominate the means of communication without you. You don't want to do that. Let me see. Bernard says tunnels are good in my opinion. Dodge Rams are well known for their leg room. Not sure if that still goes. I'm still rocking my old weight F-150. It's pretty tight. I'm only 5'10". Yeah, I'm 6'3", man. It's just I got long legs. So I was driving in Tacoma and my legs were hitting the steering wheel. My legs were like right here go the steering wheel. And I pushed the seat back and my legs like extended all the way like I was on the ground sitting. My legs were like this. And it's like, it's not comfortable to drive in. I want to be able to be like this and my feet like that, not like this. Like I'm, Fred Flintstone, pedaling the wheels of driving the street. Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to stay on YouTube for sure. I'm going to do a different channel on YouTube and I'm going to do a lot more. Like I still got my website. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I mean, I'm everywhere. You can't avoid me at all. Hold on. Carlos says, how is the population of Georgia a bit over 3.9 million and there are nearly 5 million votes? That's a good question. They're going to try to say, people that don't live in the state but have residents there, but that doesn't make any sense at all. Not in the least bit. I'm not sure how they're going to come up with those kind of numbers, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Hey, you guys love those flags, and shout out to my man Robin over at BHE. The flags are coming back. I've not hung them up yet. Oh, and I'm gonna mention people asking about gaming. I can't read all the super chats. I don't have them. Like normally when I read super chats, I have them on my desktop. There's like a little section that I can just refer back to, and I can just read them right there. So I thank everybody for super chatting, but I can't really read them unless I catch it as it's going, because I have no way of being able to recall it. But somebody asked about gaming. I got a PC, so it's fine. But I do want a PlayStation 5. But I probably won't get that until next year. I have no time. I have no time to try and get it, let alone play it. Really. So I mean, everybody has. You talking about it's so crazy because of the virus. You have a high demand for things like the PlayStation 5, but no ability to be able to produce it. It's dumb. So you got guys, it's no longer the Black Friday type deal where you're waiting outside for days. You got to be able to catch it like a robot on your computer. And if you don't catch it, it's over with. So it's like, but I do want a PS5. But I don't have no time. So it is what it is. Was there a Stop the Steal rally in Oklahoma? Well, shout out to them. Hold on, let me see. Texas Red says my cousin was fifth in line to get the PS5 and was offered $1,000 for a spot in line. Wow. Hey, you know what? At that point, I sell it. You can have that. Matter of fact, if you offer me that much, how about give me $1,250 and I'll leave right now. I will leave right now for sure. No problem. It's no big deal. And you got guys hawking it on eBay, $1,000, $1,500. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, but you know what? Antifa and BLM, we know what they're about. they want to say they're anti-racist, but how is it anti-racist to attack people that are peacefully out there marching? Okay, you attacking people of all colors. What does it got to do with anti-racism? It makes no sense at all. Oh, somebody said that Georgia's like 10 million population. Hold on. Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, Iraq says Georgia's state population is 10 million. It's the county Georgia that has 4 mil. The county in Georgia or the county called Georgia? I don't think it's a Georgia county. You're probably talking about what Fulton County that has. Is it that many in one county? That's crazy. that's ridiculous. I don't think that's really right. But I think that maybe there's that many people in the Atlanta metro area. Probably more than that. Is it 4 million in Fulton County by itself? Wow, that's crazy. It's not even that many in Atlanta, the city. Atlanta is actually pretty small. The city of Atlanta is very small, but the surrounding area is what's big about Atlanta. That's what makes the actual city the way it is. That's wild. 4 million in Fulton. That's nah. But that kind of reminds me of that kind of reminds me of where at? That reminds me of Fairfax County in Northern Virginia, with so many people up there. Like those 3 counties in Northern Virginia decide the election for the entire state of Virginia. Fairfax, Loudoun, and what was that, Prince William or whatever. But I know definitely Fairfax, and I think Loudoun, and the other one I forget. 1.1, that makes more sense. 1.1 in Fulton County, that makes more sense. Now, it may come out, somebody asked me about the Democrats get China to make the virus. It may come out that Democrats, well, not Democrats, it may come out that some people conspired with some people to get that virus over here. Just maybe. I have no idea. Let me see. Somebody says, ABL, you should have a segment on your show commenting on fads and fashion silliness to slap some real on folks. Hey, you know what? I may do that. I may do that. I'm not into fashion. I'm not a fashionable guy. Like this all just all the time. If you see me in public, this how I look. I don't even really, and to me, coming from where I come from, this is dressing nice. Coming from, coming from wearing the same stuff for a while, but that's a different story. But yeah, I don't really care too much about fashion. But if you like fashion, that's fine. It's just not really for me. But I will say is that I got a lot of suits. I like suits and stuff like that, but just regular clothes out, just doing what I'm doing, I'm not really too much worried about it. But I do got plenty of suits and shoes and stuff like that, ties. That's my main thing. So when I need to, go to an event, I need to be on TV or whatever, I'll be dressed properly. Thank you, Red House. Let me see. But yeah, we're going to see how this whole thing plays out with the election. I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, I'm gonna read some of these comments here. Again, I cannot take calls tonight. I'll take calls coming up probably on Wednesday, the next stream, because hopefully my internets are hopefully my internets, that's wrong, but anyway, hopefully that's back normal by the top of the week. And then I can stream normally, because right now I'm on my phone. I don't have my flag set up yet. I'm just really, I'm still in boxes right now. I'm trying to finish the move. So I'm trying to get the move done. Like I'm gonna take a lot of time to get this move finished, to get my boxes unboxed, to get my flags hung up. Like I ain't even hung up blinds really yet. I hung up some blinds, but not a lot. I got blinds on the ground. I'm charging a new drill. So like I had a drill already, but I can't find the battery pack, the battery charger. And it's not even that good of a drill anyway. Where did I move? I live not far from where I was before, and it was time to move. That's all. But I'm not far from where I was. I live in the same area, still live in Tennessee, and I love it. And this area is really a good area. Where I live, there's a lot of Trump flags, everybody patriotic, and everybody's super nice. That's just what it is. Somebody said, "Am I lazy?" I wish, not at all. I can't really stay still too long. I actually. You know, I like to kind of keep moving around doing, I like to multitask, do different things. I'm not on Parler. I may get on Parler just to have it, but I'm not on there. All right, West Virginia. Shout out to Bradley County, West Virginia. Sometimes you're on the Plateau, East Tennessee. Shout out to the Plateau for sure. Nashville area. Hopefully you're not in Davidson County. Davidson County. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm from Virginia, but I don't live there anymore. Like here's a quick breakdown. Born in Charleston, West Virginia, Rand University. Shout out to Randy Moss. I was born there. I quickly moved to like the Virginia Beach area, lived all around there. And I've been here in Tennessee for the past 3 years. So I moved around a little bit, but for the most part, I grew up in Virginia, lived there most of my life. So, you know, love Virginia, but it was time to go for a variety of reasons. Good reasons, of course. But yeah, I'm not in Virginia anymore. Yeah, Seven City area, you know about it, Jamil, all day long. Claiborne County, Tennessee, shout out to you. Yeah. And people are moving down here. Like where I live, traffic is increasing. Like it's so much traffic. Like I saw the increase of population here. It's not a real big city, but I see people coming down here, you know, places from all over, Michigan plates, Virginia, Georgia plates, all over the place. It's like, what's going on? Like people are moving here in droves because they realize that the cities where they come from just really aren't what's cracked up to be. It's not what they expected it to be. You know, people are leaving, definitely leaving Illinois. They're leaving Michigan. They're leaving everywhere. That is one of these places that's kind of been run to the ground by leftists. California, oh my goodness, no. I was in California, and unfortunately, Craig White says family all from Charleston, lived in Charleston for 20 years, out in County. Okay, shout out to Charleston. Yeah, you know, I got family all over the city. I got family in town in Charleston. Also, of course, you know, going up the river, going up Bell, Malden, Rand, Montgomery, and then going to like Institute. Of course, you know, the West Side, all that, you know, everywhere in Charleston. Corridor G. We used to go out there a lot when I was up there shopping and stuff. Sophia says moving to Tennessee for California. There you go. Good choice. And you guys are conservative, so I like you guys coming. What I don't like are those that come from places that are liberal and keep their same liberal ways with them. That's what I don't like. I do not like that. You know, if you come into a conservative place, be conservative. You guys are going to do that, and that's fine. But a lot of people don't, and that's unfortunate. Like Cali people that are like general liberals tend to go to Austin, Texas, when they want to move to Texas. But it's like, why would you just go to a California enclave? You could just stay in California. What's the point of moving? It made no sense. Just stay where you are. All right. And Arizona, I think that is if Arizona did in fact turn blue, which I kind of doubt, if it did, it's because of the people that came from California. Nevada the same way. You know, I call it the California virus. Those that lived in California come down here or somewhere else and just turn it to a different place. Yeah, keep your crazy ways over there alone. Let me see. Oh, I can do that. It's lit. Perfect. Just my opinion says ABL, where is a good place to live in Tennessee for Black conservatives? Need to move out of Virginia? Well, it depends on what you want. You can go to Nashville, except for Davidson County. You can go to like, maybe even a place like Murfreesboro. That's a good place. You're close to Nashville, but not quite in the city. You got a smaller area, not so much traffic. Murfreesboro's good. Knoxville, Chattanooga. Memphis, no, but it's not that bad. It depends. Like if you're not living in the city part. Anywhere you go in Tennessee, don't live in the inner city, obviously. But I recommend East Tennessee or somewhere like close to Nashville, like Murfreesboro or something like that. Maybe even Clarksville. No, not Clarksville. Murfreesboro. Yeah. Brentwood. I mean, now Brentwood, okay, you gotta have some money to live in Brentwood. I don't know what kind of money you got. I don't want to judge nobody, but I don't recommend Brentwood unless you like got a little bit of paper. It all depends on what kind of money you're dealing with. You know, for the average person, Brentwood might be a little pricey. That's like Williamson County is like the most expensive. It's like one of the top 10 counties in the country for real estate expenses. So it's expensive there to live and try to buy a house or something like that. You know, that's why I say Murfreesboro, that's kind of like middle of the road. If you got $1 million in your pocket, liquid, go ahead and go to, you know what I mean? Because you got all the country stars out there, all Real McIntyre, all these guys, you got them out there in Williamson County. So, hold on, let me see. Tyrion says, Murfreesboro is crowded. Russell told me on average, 10 people move in, only one moves out every day. Wow. So maybe that wasn't a good idea. People want to move to Nashville, but don't want to live right in the city. So they probably go out Murfreesboro. Probably not a good idea to go there. A lot of people there. Come on out to East. But really, it's getting crowded here too. People are moving here in droves because they know that where they lived before, it's just not a doable thing for an extended period of time. You just can't do it. So yeah, I recommend just kind of doing some research into a place. How's the traffic? What's going on? Yeah, that's the main thing. Faithful Today says I lived in many places, including Baltimore and Nashville, and now I'm back in Indiana. Okay. Let me see. Small town Tennessee, then Gibson County for Black conservatives, Memphis 10, Collierville or Germantown, Henderson. Let me see. North of Nash, Knoxville, Northeast side. Yeah, Knoxville's not bad. Knoxville is cool. You know, but if you live like maybe like way up North Georgia, like Dalton, or maybe even closer to Atlanta, really. Where I live is about an hour and a half from Atlanta. I can be in Marietta in an hour and a half, right from where I'm at right now. I live right here on the line, so it's fine. I live right on the Georgia line, so it's good. Rutherford County, Tennessee. Jobs in Tennessee, a lot of jobs. I think Nissan has a headquarters here. Also, where else? Volkswagen. It depends on what you do, really. It depends on what you do, but there's a lot of jobs, you know. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of jobs. It all depends. Yeah, I saw Ben Shapiro move to Nashville, and also Candace Owens will be here in Nashville. Well, I don't live in Nashville, but she'll be in Nashville because she'll be with Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro. She'll be with them. So Candace Owens will be in Nashville. That'll be fantastic. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of jobs all over the place. It depends on what you want to do. You know, it depends on what you do and if your skills can travel. That's all. Texas is good, but regardless of where you go, you just got to make sure that you are, you know, being involved with the culture, acclimating yourself to the culture. Yeah, West Virginia, Harper's Ferry is like close to DC, or not close to DC, but not that far, like right on the Panhandle, Harper's Ferry. Yeah, there's a lot of DC expats out there in Harper's Ferry. Okay, somebody asked me on Super Chat about the march, how many were there? I don't know how many were there. It was a pretty nice crowd. A lot of people there at the march. I read somewhere it was on Vlad TV, which a lot of times we fake. They said it was only 5,000 people there. 5,000, that's what they said. I don't know if that's true or false, but to say only 5,000 is crazy. It was 2,000 at the Blexit event that I went to, and like it was packed. I mean, talking about wall people, it was crazy. So to say only 5,000 is ridiculous. So I don't know how many were there, but it was a lot of people. CNN says only 500 showed up. That's hilarious. Nah, you see plenty of pictures, and it was definitely more than 500. It was thousands. I'm not really sure exactly how many, but definitely thousands for sure. Ain't no question. Yeah. Yeah, Candace, I think she fits in pretty good. She'll fit in good wherever she goes. It doesn't really matter. She'll fit in good just being her by herself, appearing on Fox News, or Newsmax, wherever she wants to go. She can do whatever she wants. You know. Let me see. Rashawn says they were allowed for 10,000, but they could have had more. Okay, makes sense to me. Shaheem says, "Well, I link with Candace and Ben Shapiro." Well, if whatever they need from me, if I can help them, I got them. If I can help, then it's no problem, none at all. Yeah, people don't really understand how many people like 5,000 or 10,000 is in the street, just out walking on their feet. That's a lot of people. It's much different when you're in like a stadium or something like that, where you got raised seats and it's a big bowl. To have them on the street, just out with no verticality, there's a lot of people on the street. That's not something to kind of trifle with, especially for a march that kind of got put together in a very short period of time. But you know, let me see. Somebody says California Patriot moving to Nashville in 2 years. I say, come on with it. Let's come on to the South. It's all good. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go and wrap it on up. And I'll be doing my live show normally with callers on the whole 9 yards. I'll be doing that most likely on this coming up Wednesday, and I think that by then I should have everything straight. My internet should be good to go, so I should be good to go. RSBN did pretty good. Okay, that's lit. Yeah, shout out to RSBN. Shout out to Mike Magnificent. Shout out to Justin Wilson. Shout out to the guys over there that I know that are on RSBN. They help out with the live streaming and do the commentating and whatnot. Shout out to them. Thank you to Dencho from Russia. Shout out to Russia. Mississippi. Shout out to y'all from all over the world, all over the country. Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, I met Brick Suit when I was in Miami. What was that, last year? Yeah, shout out to Brick Suit. Yeah, ain't no conceding. People say, "Oh, you got to concede for what? Why? Who said I got to concede?" Can Trump overturn it? Yeah, there's always a chance. I mean, you got legal action going. You can't overturn it. Brick Suit is a guy. You may have seen him. He wears a suit that's made of bricks, like not literally, but it's like a brick print. So if you see him, it's like he has like the wall on as far as the suit. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to him. He's always like everywhere at all these events. He was on stage one time with Trump. Yeah, it was that was really good. A good suit. I need a brick suit myself. I need a brick pattern suit so I can be the wall. Yeah, he was on RSBN. Okay, now is work for RSBN, or is he just happen to show up there on camera? Okay, let me see. It was an ATL rally? Really? Wow. Now that's crazy. Hold on. Somebody says, did I see that Crowder passed TYT and sub count? No surprise, because Crowder is a whole different level. We're talking about viewership. You know, if I can get there, that'd be just something else. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, you know what? I may do a video about that. What's that? JFI or JFL? I can't really read that on this. But he says, or they say, ABL, did you hear about Tucker Carlson's report about Portland lawmaker who called 911 on Uber driver who wanted her out of the car because he wouldn't close the window? Police asked him why. He said COVID. Now, I heard about, okay, I'll put that in context, just so they understand. Now, the lawmaker that called the police on the Uber driver is a big proponent of defunding the police. So let me get this straight. You want to defund the police, but you want to call the police over an Uber ride? Really? You want to call them over that? Maybe it was somebody different. I think it was the same person. They called the police over a Lyft ride because they didn't get their way. Oh, but you want to defund the police. You calling over little trivial matters. It's stupid. But this is what I say. They always do this. It's do as I say, but never as I do. That's kind of how that goes. Yeah, Skeletor. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Skeletor did that for sure. But it's always like that. It's never a surprise. I'm never surprised when I see stuff like that going on. Not at all. Not in the least bit. But hey, it is what it is. All right, let me see. Yeah, it was Lift Ride, exactly. My pillow guy, yeah, he has a really good story too. He used to be a crackhead and got away from drugs and became, something different. He took himself from nothing and became something. You can do that over here in America. Somebody said the lawmaker is like a walking voodoo doll. That is hilarious. Who said that? Wait a minute. Hold on. A walking voodoo doll, Corey? That's hilarious. But they do like a walking voodoo doll. The person that called the police on the Lyft driver that also wants to defund the police, hilarious. All right. I think that pretty much be it. I'll do my regular live full show on Wednesday of this week. And I should have my calls and everything on deck because I show my internet. Because right now, if you guys just now coming into the stream, I am streaming on my phone. I have no mic, no headphones, or nothing. This is just me streaming right here. And my flags are not up yet. I do have my flags. Don't worry about that. I got my flags. I gotta hang them up. And once I do that, you'll see everything come together. And that's pretty much it. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.